I think everyone, I include the Bournemouth players, no one wants to get beat. But I think everyone gets to come off the pitch feeling a credit to themselves. But the Liverpool's players, I think, get to get off that pitch to use Rob's punch the air point and feel absolutely fantastic after that.
Yeah, because I imagine that they would have been told exactly how important and how dangerous this game is all week during training. They would have known.
All telling each other.
Yeah, exactly that. And you have to, when you come off a pitch and you know that you've been in a real tough game, you've had a real tough battle, but you've come out of it. And not only have you come out of it, well, you won, but you've won to 0 at a game where it could have really gone either way, and you've come through the fire. Those are the ones when, if this season ends as we all hope to, they'll be sitting in their lounge with a few beers thinking, God, do you remember Bournemouth? God, yeah, do you remember like 55 minutes on Bournemouth? We were looking at each other thinking, bloody hell, this is a little bit hairy, isn't it? But we got through it. And then we went on, we bounced and we went on a run. It reminds me, that was the kind of game where at the end of it, in my childhood, Manchester United won that game, and you see Alex Ferguson running on, waving his little arms, going, yes, going on, give everyone a big hug, because it's a massive win. A game that you've had to go through the fire and you've come out the other side. And we said last week about Ipswich, about Liverpool earning the right to play by winning the physical battle. They did that again against Bournemouth. Not quite in terms of snapping into tackles, but in terms of always being there, the diligence with which they played the game. Like, we're going to go on to talk about Ryan Gravenberch, but he didn't let Kirkes out of his sight. He knew that his job was to make sure that Trent didn't always have two guys in front of him to deal with. Everybody knew what their principal job was, but they also knew that they had to look out for this other thing, and they had to do 2 or 3 different things at once. And everybody just was able to say, yep, I can do that. I want to do that, and let's go.
Where it ends up, Rob, is feeling Liverpool go 9 points clear since being pegged back, obviously, because of Arsenal's win. But, 9 points when everyone had played the same number of games is 9 points. You can't, in a way, you can't argue with it. Liverpool have got to go and do that again, and the next opportunity they get to do that makes it permanent. It's worth remembering that. But this, if they get a result on Thursday against Tottenham, it means that in February they'll play away to Bournemouth, done, 3 points in the bag, Everton, Villa and Manchester City. All of those games will happen in February. To me, they look in the best possible nick to be dealing with those 4 away games at the moment. If you can get through the trial by fire that is Bournemouth, you can do the others, and they're very varied challenges in a couple of ways, and one of them is obviously a massive bit of local difficulty, but they look to me at the minute in the perfect nick to run to the tape.
Well, we've done. I'd throw into the sort of. There's Bournemouth, Brentford. And
all we do is play away games.
Yeah, and it just feels mad.
We're playing 8 of our 19 away games between the 4th of December and the 19th of February if we went on Thursday. That is ridiculous. That's nearly half of them in 2.5 months of a 9-month season. Like,
in a sense, though, I think it's serving our purpose because we're in a sort of rhythm. Away is home. It is what all we know. In a sense, Ipswich felt like a friendly that we played in between these away games. It was, but we played. But I'd add Forest to the recent trilogy of very similar. There's different.
Forest is also the closest we've played to Anfield since September.
Geographically, wow. But although Forest and Bournemouth and Brentford, they all had different stylistic challenges. They're all fucking tough mentally. They're all you had to win your battles games. And I look at, and I know everyone's going to be anxious about the derby, I am too, but I don't look at the likes of Everton away and Villa away as bigger tests than going to the likes of Bournemouth.
I don't think they are. No, I agree.
They're just, and without wanting to tempt fate, the weakest of the lot look like Manchester fucking City just right now, in the here and now. I mean, they have an ability to correct themselves and they have good players, and let's not be complacent. But I don't think we're facing, on paper, you wouldn't say Everton away, Villa away, City away is at the same level as Bournemouth, Brentford and Forest. But fucking hell, it is. If we keep our cool focus, we can actually be more convincing in those ways, I think.
Yeah, if you treat the games in isolation, as in just one-off games of football, they're not particularly intimidating. It's just the constant, here you go, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. Like Villa away and Man City away in the space of, 4 days wouldn't be a particularly nice thing to have. But you just got to get over it and go. And
that's if we qualify for the League Cup final.
Yeah, exactly. And there's we play one league game in March as well, which is
Yeah.
which is insane.
Really?
Yeah.
But then-
if Villa moves, we've only got two as it is. I think we only got two as it is, haven't we?
Yeah, it's only currently as it stands.
Only Southampton and Villa.
It'll only be Southampton and Villa.
But the flip side of that is that we were saying all this in November about the run of home games with Leverkusen, Villa, City,
Yeah.
and Real Madrid, and we handled
Chelsea.
that better than anyone.
Yeah.
Those 4 teams all came to Anfield and went away without scoring a goal between them. So I think sometimes when you have that kind of mountainous run to look ahead to, as you said, Rob, we are in the best form to be able to deal with that. I think you can we've got a group of players who run towards those kind of challenges rather than gulp when they're standing at the bottom of them. So I think we can have confidence that we can go into this and really attack them.